Like it, love it, where's it going? What's below all that?
The presentation is just great, because she's got basically what she's talking about is at the very top, and it's
Looks
just,
like a
I
Christmas
love that.
tree.
Yeah, I thought about
just her
that.
tonality is good. I mean, the composition is great on all of it, the tonality. She's got some nice deep,
I like
blacks
the
and
subtle little,
the gray. It's just,
especially the two things.
Yeah.
You really have to look at what is really in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know, when he came with me this afternoon, and I only got to see like a couple of like these, and I'm like, and then you had some with the 3200. That 3200 film, if y'all notice, the film grade is really huge when we look at like 100. Well, not there, but some of the other film. This film grade is really large, and what I think is it lends itself to nostalgia. It's very kind of gloomy, moody. You really kind of notice it here and Bill and here and here. And it adds to that since this is time past and we're looking back at somebody's life. Somebody famous, not so famous, for a few people in that, but he's a local artist, right? Kind of in a way, at least from around it.
yeah.
But I liked what Jonathan said. I actually went there first at first too, and you know, thinking about a tree. But then I was also thinking about a house and building a house and then the house falling down. And what I liked about that is that you ended with this image. I mean, it could have went up there, but I like that it was here. It was almost, I guess, because it was unexpected. Because it almost feels to me like, yeah, this is the thing where I started there, let everybody know that he's passed and gone or whatever, and then, you know, put a portrait of him right in the middle here or something like that. But I like this because it was just, it was the end and it was down the end of the line, but really nicely done. And I like the presentation. So we've seen some different presentations today. I really stressed this semester about thinking about the different order of things and how you can present different things in grids, different sizes and all that. And, you know, congratulations to all of you for whatever way that you went with your presentations, because I think suitably for each of you, it worked very nicely. Whatever you chose to put them on the wall and display them, or your math presentation this way, including music, you all, I really thought, went one step a little bit further maybe than some of my past students were. So, nicely done. And it's very creative. I've had fun with you all this semester. This turned out better than I thought, Stephanie. I mean, when I first saw this on the film, and I haven't gotten the whole idea, I haven't seen everything that she's going to put together, and all I've got is a project proposal and showing a couple of pieces of film. I was like, I don't know, you know, wasn't it this one that you showed me?
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, this one didn't even have trees, and this one wasn't even like this. It was just this, and then an idea and a paper. And I went, okay, yeah, sure. And then we had some ideas, you know, talk about the transparency with the text and that, so coming in and handwriting. This was from one of his songs, right? The words to a song. Yeah. So, of all the things that you chose to do, you did a beautiful job to pull things together. In a small little short way of 10 images saying something about somebody's life as a musician. You know, you've got it on the map, traveling around, you know, here's, you know, a tribute to him, streets, names of songs. I mean, it's all there. Not so easy to do. Think about Elvis Presley, you know, Michael Jackson. How are we going to do that in 10 images? Even they couldn't pull that off, you know. I mean, they had to make a movie plus, you know, photograph his wedding or his funeral. I mean, I'm like, you know, come on, enough now. Doing 10 images or less, if you can't say it, you know, it's too much, you're overdoing it. You've done a really nice job. You know, photographically, we want to do something that gives a nice sense of it, and it sparks, like, maybe we want to find out more about the person, then we go buy a photo, right? But don't bombard somebody with so many images that actually it bores them. Because there is a thing that you can overdo it, and it becomes boring and predictable, okay? So when you pick just the right amount, and sometimes I said some people could do it in 8 or 10 or 12 today, that's usually a nice little round number in that. So very nicely, you know, handled and what you had to work with, and not just directly, I don't know, go and get a band or something, you know. What else?
I like the way it looked like a log scrapbook.
Yeah, it's kind of got that collage kind of feel.
Yeah.
It's got a collage, not so much scrapbook, but, you know, a montage of memories, you know, and maybe things that she liked about it.
I like the writing.
The writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that it's handwritten, and it's not a font or something like that, right?
It looks like, especially on the one with the trees, it looks like someone went in and like on this foggy window and just wrote it on so you could see it from the other side.
Yeah, very nicely done there. You could have just printed text on the printer and sent it. They don't want to do the same thing. This really makes it personal.
Right.
Right? You know what I like about it? You know, we've seen a lot of beautiful skies today with beautiful clouds and everything. This really takes it down to a stark reality. You know, it strips away all pretentiousness, I think, and just kind of gives us it sits its life out in its there so that we can look at it. I know that metaphorically and really simple, but subtly it's like, you know, dead life gone, you know, memory lane. It just all comes together very beautifully. And that picture on its own, it would maybe be, I don't know, maybe kind of hokey or something, but here as a set, it works out very nice, right? I think you did a really good job writing the artist statement to include, to explain, so that if people didn't know who Elliott Smith was. I mean, how many of y'all knew who he was? I know a lot of music, and I never knew who he was until you told me in that. So I like that. I really get a sense of who he is. The only other thing that's missing, you know, maybe you could have done music like, you know, I hadn't even thought of it, but you could have, you know. But then again, maybe we don't. Maybe that gets somebody interested going, I wonder what the guy's music sounds like. And so we'll go home and we'll get on iTunes or Google or something and we'll try to find his music and listen to a clip. You know, so, anything else?
I like the way she did that top. With the
Yeah.
flowers, because there's some depth there. There's, you know, it's more of a 3D. You can actually feel like you can reach out and feel those flowers.
Well, and that's like, you know, in Photoshop, we could come and do that really easy, but here she's done it and made this little shrine and then photographed it, and it's done it very nice.
She did an awesome job.
It's nice, Stephanie. It turned out really beautiful.
And
Nice job.